Hi guys, this is your girl Milena here to brighten up your day and share some tools that you can use anywhere in your life. But what we're talking about today pertains to work again. Anna reached out to me because she had seen some of the tools that I was offering and she wanted to ask if these tools can be applied in the particular situation that she is in. And that situation is my boss is being a bully. He is supposed to be training her and he's supposed to be giving her feedback on the codes that she does and all of that. What she's saying is, I dread going to work. He's making my life miserable. He's so mean. He always assumes that I have not tried to look for the answer anywhere else, and I come to him with all kinds of little things and details that I could have found somewhere else. And then when I bring him my work, he checks it, but before he checks it, he assumes that I've done it wrong and tells me that it's bad. And after that, when he realizes I've actually done a good job, he never apologizes. He's already made me cry a couple of times, and I'm miserable because of him. Now, I told her that she can certainly use that tool, but there are a couple of other really important things for us to look at in situations like that that would be very beneficial if we want to tweak and shift and change that situation. And the first of all is really owning our part in it and accepting responsibility for our creation. Now, to most of us, this happens at an unconscious or subconscious level. So we're thinking, what are you talking about? The guy's a jerk and he just needs to get a grip and start acting towards people normally, start treating people really well. I get that, but that's an energy of righteousness that actually has zero positive result to what we're looking to achieve. What I'm looking at is what is the result that you want. You want to feel good at work, you don't want to dread having to talk to this person, and you don't want to fear for your job that you're going to lose it just because somebody is miserable doing their job. So how can we achieve that result? What does work are 3 steps that I'm going to specify in short for you. Now, the first step is, and like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, is to process all of our reactions that we have towards this person. Yes, it's very natural to feel like the guy is a jerk and how dare he, and he just sucks and he makes my life miserable. I hate work because of him and all of these things. It's natural to feel these feelings, but find them inside of you and use the processing exercise that I recorded a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to link it again here to process all of these things. Now, if there's a lot going on, you can find it as a bundle, an energy bundle inside your field, your physical body, and process it as one. And if you feel like it's too much, then you can write a list and go through the items one by one until you feel like you have processed that energy. Allow yourself to be as angry at them as you can be, as afraid, as frustrated, or whatever else you're feeling. We are, in this particular case, playing the role of the victim. He's the aggressor, we're the victim, he's treating us really badly, and that's why we're having a miserable time at work. Do I want to allow this person to dictate how I'm feeling? There will be people who are frustrated around you. There will be people who are miserable at work or at home or somewhere else. And yes, they oftentimes will express that to that. And sometimes it might seem like they're even directing it at you. It turns out this person is quite overworked. They're giving him, his own bosses are giving him people to train that he doesn't really want to train. His part and his reasons behind treating people unkindly is irrelevant. But just know that oftentimes there is a story behind their behavior too. So what you can choose to do is not allow them to determine how you feel. And the third step is really to look at our own unconscious or subconscious beliefs that we might have that actually are very related to this situation. For example, we might have a program that says, well, I'm not good at coding. And guess what? Then your supervisor or people around you will be there to reflect that belief onto you and make you feel like you're not good at coding because it had to do with programming in this case. So if you feel like you're not good enough, there are very likely to be people who will reflect that onto you and make you feel like you're not good enough, when in fact, you are the one who's already feeling that. Maybe we have a program that says, my bosses are always mean to me, or my bosses never appreciate me, or men never appreciate me just because it was a guy in this particular case. So they might be our boyfriend or boss, but they will be reflecting that belief onto us. So look at any unconscious or subconscious beliefs that might be part of this situation and then clear them, and you can use the same processing exercise. Once you do that, actually having to go and interact with that person will no longer be an issue for you. I've had bosses who screamed in my face simply because they were extremely frustrated with what was going on, and it had nothing to do with me. And yes, I agree, it's very unpleasant, but I was running programs that men, bosses, especially male bosses, always treat me that way, and that I wasn't good enough. So guess what? There were people in my environment, particularly bosses, who reflected that. Now the last step, and that's an optional thing that you can do, once you have processed all of your stuff, and it literally basically almost doesn't matter whether you're going to be working with this person or not, you can wish that you didn't have to work with them. I did that 2 times in my professional career. I had a couple of people who were really triggering me. I processed all of my stuff, and after that, I wished that I didn't have to work with them anymore on 2 separate occasions. In both cases, one of them got a new job 2 weeks later, and then in the second case, the lady was transferred to a completely different department, and I had nothing to do with her. Things are going to start shifting and changing. And if you need more help in figuring out what to do in your particular situation, book a session at askmilena.com. Sign up for my newsletter for some special updates, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, you can do so below. Click on the bell and you'll get notified of all new videos which come out on Friday. Bye bye guys.